My name is Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. Now, law of attraction. What is it exactly? Law of attraction is, if anything, it's more of a mindset as opposed to a physical, tangible thing. It's the way you think and perceive the world. It's the way you act and think and feel, and the way you look and the way you absorb what's happening in the world, and how you view it. The law of attraction talks about how if you want something, you can think it into existence. Some say it's pseudoscientific, some say it's placebo, some say it's what's called the Furore effect, where it's just empty platitudes that kind of work but they don't really. The law of attraction is fascinating, really, because it talks, scientifically, it kind of talks about a particular gland in the brain called, it's roughly about here, I believe, called the reticular activating system, which is like awareness, for example. You know how that thing happens to you when you see one yellow car on the road and suddenly you see yellow cars everywhere. I think it's that. Well, that is the reticular activation, but I think that is the law of attraction. I personally see loads of Porsches and Ferraris on the road, which is quite nice. And by the way, Porsches are quite common around here, I must admit. Actually, I've seen quite a few of them. And Jaguars, I've seen a lot of Jaguars recently. They're nice, but not so sure. And Bentleys, they're really sweet. So I think it's raising awareness, where you want to focus on something, like you want to achieve X or do X. So you're then focusing your attention and awareness, and doing things like what are they called now? You say these things, you say it into existence. I think it's a massive positive feedback loop where you say you want X, and you will then focus your attention towards achieving X. It's kind of like a positive. It's kind of like getting a positive feedback loop started, where it's like, I want to achieve X, I want to create X, so I'm going to see it. I'm going to have like affirmations. That's it, affirmations, and images that reminds me to inhibit that, or reminds me to think about it. So therefore, I'm going to start seeing it, and therefore, in theory, subconsciously start acting it out so as to create it. It's not thinking about something and then wishing it into existence. Like, I want X. Poof, it appears. It's not quite that. It's more a case of igniting a positive feedback loop, a reticular activating system, in order to see what you want, and then you're kind of figuring out subconsciously how to achieve this. And because it's subconsciously, you're thinking and planning and scheming and deciphering, that affects your behaviour, that affects your actions and priorities, and therefore it is as though these things come into your life, just like that, because it's a positive feedback loop. So you thought about it, so you think about how to get it, you get it, then through correlations and causation. So you think that me thinking about it gets it, but you don't realise the step in between, which is the me realising what I want and thinking how to get it. Therefore, you're getting it. If you understand. So it's down to the mindset, really. The reticular activating system, as I mentioned, as soon as you activate that and start to be aware of things in the world, then you start to think about ways to get it. So I see these Porsches every now and then, and they're quite common around here, actually, which is interesting to say. That I don't think Porsches are quite interesting. Mercedes-Benz, they're okay. BMWs, no thank you. Far too low level. So Porsches, I think, what do I need? What's the cost? What's the hire purchase, or things like that? Or what's the finances? What's the financial obligations and responsibility and liability? And I'm thinking, okay, so it's like the deposit is £25,000. Okay, and it's like £1,500 a month. Okay, so then in calculating, reverse engineering, how to achieve that, and then breaking it down in my head, breaking it down in an Excel sheet, and thinking, okay, I need to do this to get that, to get this, I need to do this, and breaking it all down in like cause and effect, and thinking how to do it. So the law of attraction is just getting your mind thinking on the course of something you want to achieve. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. So I use this. So okay, my question then, the question of the day to you is, how are you using the law of attraction? I'm using it in the things I want to create and see and achieve in my life. So I've got what's called a plan of attack, which is roughly the directions and actions and things I want to do for the next 1 to 6 or so months. And focus on these things only, and then I'll think about these things and decipher it and break it down and mentally think, how can I, 24 hours, how can I figure it out and plan it all together? I found like the jigsaw combination, so to speak, and then I'll act it out and then start to create and start to see the results from these things, and then in accordance with the things I'm working towards. And it's like, this is powerful stuff. It's powerful stuff because I suppose it's like a goal setting way as well, come to think of it, where you want to achieve this and you start to work towards it. So, but that's how I'm using the law of attraction. Question of the day is, how are you using it? How are you using it? But also remember that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. How cool is that?